He stood and shook the earth. He looked and made the nations tremble. The ancient mountains crumbled and the age-old hills collapsed, but he marches on. Habakkuk 3:6. One of my favorite books when I was a kid was a book called Seven at One Blow. This is the book. It's a take on a Brothers Grimm story called The Brave Little Tailor, in which a tailor makes a name for himself by adroitly killing 7 flies at once. Pipkin, the tailor, then goes out to seek his fortune and tricks larger and larger giants who have threatened faraway kingdoms. Pipkin has to rely on his wits and the things around him to outwit the giants who, while stupid, have obvious size advantage over the small man. The last giant is so tall that he stands high into the clouds. When Pipkin pours jam all over his head, the giant beats his own head using the club on which he was leaning. Thus, Pipkin is triumphant and is richly rewarded. In a way, it's a little bit related to the life story of Jacob, who also had to use his wits and guile to advance, and who was also richly rewarded by the ultimate king, God. Well, I bring this up because the giants are puny compared to God. When a giant would walk, the earth trembled beneath his feet. But contrast that to God, who once walked in the Garden of Eden as a man would, leisurely strolling, but just happening to be nearby when Adam and Eve took their turns eating forbidden fruit. Coincidence? You know the answer to that. Yet when God stands, when God thinks, when God looks, when God walks, all of nature is in submission. When God appeared to Elijah at Mount Horeb, he sent wind, earthquake, and fire simply to herald his coming. Yet when God actually appeared to the prophet, his voice was that of a gentle whisper, echoing that same God who once walked as a man in Eden. Yet if God were to stand beside or behind one of Pipkin's giants, the giant would look like Pipkin. Indeed, the Lord could slay 7 times billion, flies, men, whatever, with only a thought. The same Lord can make a common man into a king, or a king into a common man. Our God isn't some fairy tale. He's over all the universe because he created it. He created it as a reflection of his mind and an outlet for sharing his unending love with the creatures he made to inhabit this new universe. Yet God, who can shake the earth and make it tremble, chooses not to. He who could kill me or you simply chooses instead to provide for us, to lavish love on us, especially when we don't deserve it. That makes him even more giant than any grim tale.